Hi, it's Wasabi, welcome back to the channel. Today's battle's on the Conqueror map, and we've got No Chill from Flying Squirrel's clan. It's in the tier 10 British heavy tank, the Super Conqueror. It's a tier 9, tier 10 game, so he's top tier. He's got one mark on his gun barrel, so we know he's doing good damage in the game. And let's see how he manages this map. I mean, we know it gets dominated by light tank spotting, but there's only one light tank on each side. And interestingly, they're both the same type, so no wheeled vehicles. Alright, so he's heading to the middle. It's pretty common, but a lot of times the heavy tanks go on the 6 line. I'll just highlight that, where the 705 and the Chieftain are.
Much obliged.
Mainly because that gives you access to the hill. But if you come to the middle, there's a couple of things here. You've got some heavy cover here with the rock in the middle, plus that destroyed tank. Spotted a couple of tanks here, and he takes a hit from a bad chat 25T. So he knows the direction. He's going to put a blind shot in there. Let's have a look. Unfortunately, that missed because you saw the puff of smoke coming up. That's the shell hitting the ground. And same with that one. So that chat must have moved back. If he was smart, I don't know, they had to move far enough away. But where did that shot go? Now that's interesting because the gun on the Super Conqueror is actually one of the best guns. In fact, there you go. He manages to get the second shot in, and he's taken another hit from the Martian and what looks like an HE shell, and certainly an HE shell from another Super Conqueror. Now, that just could be fat fingers, I guess. Someone reaching for the 2 key and hitting the 3 instead. It's happened before, but we've also seen a couple of cases where people are firing HE thinking they're still going to be able to do damage, but with the reworked HE mechanism, that's not really going to be the case, or at least not any significant damage. Now what you can see No Chill doing here is lifting his gun up. That's mainly to protect his cupola. Puts a nice shot in there to the enemy 705A, and the next shot goes in an AMRX, so he picks up a massive amount of spotting damage. It's really nice. Now I don't think he's going to do much spotting damage as Cthulhu did in his I7, but always handy to have your teammates backing you up. So the Chieftain there working with him, which is good. So yeah, so this is not the tank, dance that you see Skill doing. This is, you can see the gun in line with his cupola. So just lifting his gun up, holding the 2 key, so he can look around and just basically wiggle a bit to, it won't make it more difficult to be shot at. So he's had a couple of coming rounds. He's also bounced a few, so doing pretty well. Super Conqueror, saying Chieftain by mistake. Yeah, pretty well known for the strength of its turret armour, and because there's a lot of tanks there on that 1-2 line. In fact, there's the Batchat again. Can he get a shot in? Yes, he does this time. So yeah, he's really just trying to make himself another target. Can he get another shot in? Yes. Oh no, he doesn't. He misses on that one, but luckily the Batchat gets taken out. So team doing reasonably well here. They're actually just 3,500 hit points in front, so that's at least one full tier 10 tank, even though they're 2 tanks in advance, and it's got the tier 9 double barrel tank in front of him, but can't really come up any high. You can see he just took a hit there from the Strip 103B. It's going to be pretty dangerous for him. One of IS-32 will keep him lit, so he's really just lingering around here, just waiting for an opportunity to get a shot. But unless he gets more spotting, oh, there's the RU, that's the light tank there, gets a nice shot into the side. And just takes me back to the gun on the Super Conqueror, and as he gets another shot in, so really punishing that RU for getting spotted. Gun here is, let's have a look at the characteristics, 120mm, so this is your standard NATO gun. Very good shell velocity on the premium round, 1334, and he's getting 326 pen, so really, yeah, one of the best guns at tier 10 for accuracy as well. So good shell velocity, good accuracy, pretty good gunner handling, relatively low bloom, he's running a vertical stabilizer, pretty sure. And therefore, you know, getting good work out of the gun is pretty standard. And here he's just going to put a shot right into the side of the IS-32. And he bounces in coming round from the RU, and another one. So the RU just getting a bit frustrated, shooting at him, so he puts a snapshot back in. In fact, they were both heat rounds. So that RU really trying hard to do some damage. So just snapping towards where he thinks that RU might be located. You can see another coming around there, just bounced up in front of him. So this is the stage of the game, and it's the type of map where if you push too hard too early, you'll get punished for it. So you either wait for the enemy to make a mistake or get into a position where you're at the later stage of the game and you can afford to start trading your hit points for results. So he knows the Struve is back there, but just doesn't want to get lit. Well, now he's lit again, so that Struve might be trying to send it around his way. Just checks out the angles on the VZ and the Super Conqueror there on the other side. That the Super Conqueror hasn't lost any health, it seems. I suppose one of the other advantages of this position on the map for heavy tanks is you are basically out of draw range from the hill, so even if you're spotted from the 1-2 line, or in fact from the middle, then you're pretty safe from getting shot in the side of the turret from anything on the hill. Whereas the where the Object 705 is on the mini-map, that is in a sort of more vulnerable position. So interesting to see how much more time that No Chill spends at this particular location. And he's getting lit again by the VZ, so he's probably going to say, well, do I want to take the risk and take a shot at him and show the side of my turret to the Struve, or can we sneak up and get a shot in and then back away? So now one of the things you can do with your Super Conk, what we did in Clan Wars, if you fit hardening, you'll basically get more hit points. And he takes a shot from the E50. Well, I'm not going to stand for that. Oh, with No Chill, you're going to go punish him. I think you can, actually. The IS-32 is gone, so it doesn't have that tank right in front of him to spot him. And there's the E50 running away. There you go, take that shot and suck on that one. And he's picking up some spotting damage too from the Super Conk, so I guess one of the other features of this particular game is there's no arty, which makes this map a lot safer to play here in the middle. You don't have anyone raining shells down from above, which would make life a bit harder if that were the case. And he's got that E50 pushing up, trying the proxy spotting, which he managed to get that time, but he's got the E50 down to just under 54 points actually, so picking up some additional spotting damage. So he's got nearly 3.6k of spotting damage, but he's also claimed just over 3.1k of direct damage so far, and we're still about halfway through the game, so let's just see what more we can do here. But the hill looks pretty static. He's got the E50 in the back and he gets the kill, but at the same time he takes a hit from the VZ55, so that's left him with 653. It's certainly enough to keep going here, but he's got rid of that E50. And you can see now with this particular position, if he moves further up, he's got that big rock to his left. That will protect him from roughly where he thinks the strip might be. So he could afford to move up here and take a go at the Super Conqueror. But okay, he's been lit again, so now what's lighting him up? Okay, there's the RU. Gets the kill, so takes out that light tank, so that leaves them without one, and now they've got a lot more targets this time to push up. Puts a shot into the Guerrilla 15. Now this is farming time. This is Struve that put a shot into him before. Can you get a shot into him? Yes, he does. So really picking up the damage here now, and the DPM, and this is another thing about the gun with the if you've got a bounty loader on here, you'll get over 3,500 DPM. I'm pretty sure it's definitely, you know, one of the most dangerous guns in the game in that respect. Its big problem with Clan Wars, of course, is simply the the speed of the tank. So even though you can fit the Bounty Turbo to it, it's still slower than the Chieftain, so it's yeah, not always picked, except for maps where yeah, the speed overall doesn't matter a great deal. Anyway, he's really working hard now. He's got over 5,000 damage, and there goes the Chaffachoo 4. So there's really the tanks on the hill left now. They've really cleaned up the 1-2 line. Yeah, the hill's getting cleaned up. There's only 2 tanks left. There's Chieftain and a Phase 1. So coming up to here to see what more he can get. Chieftain is mostly full health, and that's going to be useful, but he's in a bit of a dip there, so they're not going to get a lot of joy out of him. Oh no, there he goes. He's got his side up there, and he gets a nice shot in there. So he's closing in on 6k of damage. It's going to be a really good game here for No Chill. And another shot into the Chieftain. So that Chieftain's going. Yes, he's gone. And now it's just the Phase 1. And how many hit points has he got? Quite a few actually, but it's only a little bit of him left. So can he get a shot into him? Yes, he does. Great shedding now. 6.5k. One more shot, he'll get the kill. No. Didn't reload in time. Fires off his last shot there just in case. But that is the end of the game. Right there, an Ace Tanker Mastery badge, Confederate medal for damaging tanks that were killed by his team, and the High Caliber Award for doing the most damage and at least 20% of the hit pool. So ended up doing 6.5k, actually nearly 6.6k, and still got 4.5 of assisted damage, so that's over 11k of combined damage, so it really helped his MOE challenge. And he got 4 kills for that as well. So how did that compare to the team? 1305 base experience. That's a really nice level of base, particularly in tier 10. And the Chieftain who was assisting him in the middle. Actually, there were 2 chiefs there. In fact, I didn't quite notice that. One did 4.7k and the other one did over 3k. So it's good help there. And the strip 103B did nearly 3.5k too, so some really good performers on that team. And the enemy team, T30, we didn't see much of, did 3k. Chief there, Grill did 2.5, and the Chieftain only did less than 2k, and the other Super Conqueror did 2.6k. So they're really the standout performers on that team, but none of them really doing enough to hold off No Chill's team there. But he certainly did his part in carrying that his own team there. So 32 shots fired, that is really good output. 20 hits, so there we saw a few blind shots going in there. 19 of the hits penetrated. He was firing his premium ammunition, so he ended up spending a fair bit on ammo there, 128k, and although he had some mission payouts going on there, he ended up making a loss of 55k, but that's really the price you pay for doing an MOE challenge and trying to get to that 3rd level. So great game there from No Chill. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, put that on your to-do list. We'll have more great content to follow, and thanks very much for watching.